Kevin Walsh, the fine hockey writer for the Boston Globe, traveled to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, where Phil Esposito is teaching at a hockey school. And while he's there, he talked to Lou Nanne of the Minnesota North Stars about the contract situation that Phil still hasn't signed. And he asked Lou Nanne what he thought of the situation. And Nanne said, just what can they pay a guy like Phil Esposito? Can you imagine? He scored 76 goals last year. What's the guy worth? Nanne says, well, I'll tell you something. There are many guys in the NHL who play 8 or 10 exhibition games, scrimmage and practice almost every day, play the regular 78-game season, and then play some additional games in the playoffs, and they'll never score 76 goals. Nanne says that about 25% of the players could even amount to shooting practice that Esposito goes to every day, and they still couldn't come up anywhere near Phil's goal total. Esposito happens to be in the room when this little interview is taking place, and of course he's very smiling when Nanne is giving him all the compliments about what an amazing goal scorer is, but Phil's smile turned to a frown when the conversation turned to what he should be making, because negotiations apparently are not going well with the Bruins, and Phil is holding out for a 5-year contract. One can't forget that Phil is one of 2 superstars that play for the Bruins, the other, of course, being the amazing Bobby Orr. Neither has signed their contract for next year. Orr's contract is said to have been already agreed upon, but there are a variety of reasons on why it hasn't been announced yet. And Phil, quite unabashedly, says he's not close to signing with the Bruins. Adding to all the, controversy over this were statements made by NHL President Clarence Campbell declaring that it was his opinion that the Bruins would not be able to afford to pay both Orr and Esposito and would probably have to sell one off. So after the non-news that he acquired from Esposito, basically nothing's new. We're still talking. We're not close. Kevin journeyed down to southern Ontario to the shores of Lake Couchiching near Aurelia, and that's where the Orr Walton Sports Camp is staged every summer. And Bobby Orr was there, well-rested, tanned, smiling, and he says, we still have a few details to work out, but it doesn't look like it's going to be anything too major to keep us from signing. But interestingly, Walsh reports that Bobby didn't sound too convincing. Now, here's where things differ a little bit between Orr and Esposito. Bobby Orr, at this point in his life, is 23 years old. Phil Esposito is 29. Both are seeking 5-year contracts, but Esposito is looking for security that will take him through to the age of 34 or 35. Bobby is signing the big deal, but he will probably have other contracts that he will be able to sign over the next 5 years. He wouldn't be signing a career-ending contract or winding down contract. Phil wants to make the big score too, but being 6 years older than Bobby, that's a tough negotiating position to be in for Espo. Phil did tell Walsh, he says, I haven't talked to the Bruins about my contract since the end of June. So here the problem is they don't think I'm worth what I think I'm worth, and that's the holdup. So discussions will continue, but remember, we're talking about 1971, 50 years ago. There is absolutely no doubt that both Phil Esposito and Bobby Orr will sign their contracts and will play for the Bruins this season, and the Bruins need them both if they figure at this time when they've got 2 amazing superstars and an excellent cast of supporting players, they think they've got a chance at the Stanley Cup in 1972.